year, do not buy a big Christmas tree. This year, do not buy a big Christmas tree. This year, do not buy a big Christmas tree.
Oh my God, it's so cold today. Well, they forecast snow, but no, it's just icy cold rain. This has got to be one of my favourite sandwiches. Salami with, well, obviously butter. You always have butter in a sandwich at the end of the day. And lettuce in a traditional type of bread that we get here in this part of France. Pain de tradition. And it's gorgeous. It's almost got the texture of almost like when you toast it anyway, it's got the texture of crumpets. Ooh. Mm. Mm. I've just come back from the shop, you know, our charity shop we got down in Argental. I had to man it for a couple of hours because Vero took our car to have a service, which was well overdue. But the problem is, it was freezing down at the shop, and there were no customers. So I was sat there for 2 hours, well, 2.5 hours, waiting for Vero to come back. I'm just cold to the bone. Cold to the bone. But of course, a cup of tea and a sandwich, that always helps. The combination of a cup of tea and a sandwich takes me back to two things from my past. One of them is travelling on a train, you know, the old British Rail sandwich and tea type affair. And the other one is in the town that I was brought up in, Bracknell in Berkshire, there used to be a place called the Kiosk. It was kind of like a terrapin, you know, like a temporary type building. And it was square, and it was like a tea room. And it was run by volunteers. It was kind of like a charity kind of run place. And my mum used to take me in there quite regularly, and we used to have a cup of tea and a sandwich or a cake. Very nice. Anyway, takes me back. I can feel the heat return into my body. The fire behind me is blazing. It's a bit overfull. That's what Vero does. She sort of overfills the fire quite regularly. I'm sharing the kitchen with a, well, it's not a funny thing, it's just an odd thing really, because today it's the 1st of December, and as we tend to do, we buy our Christmas tree quite early on, so we get our money's worth out of it. So it's down here at the moment on the kitchen floor, waiting for me to do something with it, which I will do when I've got a second and I've warmed up a bit. Not today though. God, look at it out there. How depressing. And it's a Tuesday. I hate Tuesdays. Really do hate them. My preferred day is a Thursday. Don't trust a Friday. Definitely don't like a Tuesday. Wednesday you can take or leave. Sundays are generally excellent days. Saturdays are always a bit of an anticlimax.
Today on the French Chef.
Right, let's see if we can find this recipe in the book. Onions. There we go, 42. That was quick. There we go. Onion soup. 1.5 pounds of thin sliced onions. 1.5 ounces of butter, 1 tablespoon of oil, a heavy bottomed covered saucepan, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of salt, tablespoon might be a bit keen, half a teaspoon of sugar, apparently that helps brown the onions, 1.5 ounces of flour, 3 1/4 pints of boiling brown stock, beef bouillon, 1/4 pint of dry white, 1/4 pint of dry white wine. I think I've only got sweet kind of dessert wine, but it will have to do the job. What else? Salt and pepper, 3 tablespoons of cognac. Nice, I've got cognac. French bread, well yeah, it's normal, we've always got French bread, and that's pretty much it. And apparently it takes about 2.5 hours to cook. That is the secret of making a good onion soup, apparently. Onions, goggles. My original plan for the day was to put the Christmas tree up, install it in the salon, in the front room, the lounge, the living room, whatever you want to call it. I've kind of indicated to Helena that that's what I'd do today, but as I say, it's really looking grim out there at the moment, and the last thing I want to be doing is searching around outside for the Christmas tree stand. So, a slight change of plan. I decided to make some onion soup instead. I'm quite happy actually, because I've managed to use up all the onions I had from the summer, except this one, and it's rather mouldy. There we go, the onions are on. They're sweating away now for 15 minutes. One of the drawbacks about wearing the old onion goggles is you got to remember it isn't just when you're chopping onions. When you've got a bowl of onions like this, they still have the same effect on one's eyes. So it's necessary to keep onion goggles on. Now this is the problem, because when you need to consult the recipe, you have to kind of put your reading glasses, if you need reading glasses, which unfortunately I do, over the goggles. And the problem is they're too far from my eyes, so everything's really odd. Anyway, hey ho. Let's just check the next step. The sun's coming out and I'm feeling a little bit more motivated now with regards to putting the Christmas tree up. So although this video originally was going to be about putting a Christmas tree up, and then I cancelled it and decided to make some onion soup, now I'm going to kind of still do the onion soup, but I'm also going to put the Christmas tree up. So if it's a bit of a weird mix, this video, well, the weather's to blame. See the sun? Woo! There he is. Jesus, sweet Mary. That's everyone. Oh. What a laugh. Oh. Question is, would it fit my frame? Would it fit? Oh. Is it in?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's a big one.
Stay down there.
I think we would have to cut some things.
No, look. Well, a little bit maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit, just for the star. Just for the star, that's all.
Look to the camera, keep this in frame, eh? My god, that's a heavy weasel.
So why are you doing that, Daddy?
Securing the tree so it doesn't fall over.
It's gonna fall. No?
Okay, well, so far so good. We've wedged the Christmas tree into the Christmas tree stand. The only concern I've got, well, there's two concerns. First of all is that I don't think we should have bought quite such a big tree because it seems really heavy and the stand seems to be struggling to cope with it. But we'll see how we go. And the other concern is, well, the tree looks a bit bent to me. I'm going to show it to you. Tell me what you think. Now, there does definitely seem to be a certain curve to the tree, which I'm hoping will sort itself out once we take off the netting, which Helena's going to do right now.
Yeah?
This is going to be a National Lampoon's Christmas vacation moment, I think. Start at the bottom, Helena, if I were you, darling.
Yeah.
This is when all the branches splay out and completely fill the room.
The thing, you just don't give his face to do anything.
Oh, come in. Ali, continue.
Un, deux, trois, quatre. 36. C'est ça? 4 fois 9, 36.
Right, Ali, come on. Right, taste your soup. V, out of 10.
Ça te pour les problèmes, Selena.
Come on, taste the soup.
Est-ce qu'on voit mes cheveux blancs là? Mais non, mais.
La la la.
She's only supposed to be tasting soup. Come on, Ali, up. Dip it in. This is the onion soup I made earlier on. Out of 10, out of 10, out of 10, out of 10.
After.
That face doesn't really give me much confidence.
No, that's amazing.
Is it? Now it's got it in it. It's got cognac in it and it's got white wine.